Welcome back. Ronnie Duncan joins us now. And Ronnie, pretty big news for the Pistons.
How about it?
Yeah.
Almost 50 years ago, the first African American ever to win the NBA Coach of the Year was Ray Scott. What did he have to say about it? I think he was more than a little nervous.
And we're getting ready to play this game. And they said, but before the game, we're going to present you with the Coach of the Year. I had no clue. Ronnie, you know I'm telling you the truth because you know how that works. I had no clue.
A shocking moment, perhaps, for a man who started his career with the Pistons in 1961. And that time, he was left speechless.
I go to mid-court, and the deputy commissioner, an African-American man named Cy Gordine, hands me the trophy and says, to Ray Scott, the 1973-74 Coach of the Year. I got the Chicago Bulls sitting here looking at me, and I got the Detroit Pistons, my team behind me looking at me, giving me a standing ovation with all of the people. I take the trophy. I look at Cy, and Cy said to me, Ray, do you have any words? And I said, I do not. And I walked off the court.
These days, the 85-year-old grandfather spends more time not talking basketball but spending time with his grandson Miles. Still, he has a lot to say in his book entitled The NBA in Black and White. It's a memoir of his trailblazing career as both a player and a coach. The Philadelphia native played on the same asphalt courts as a kid considered these days as the best ever.
Wilton Norman Chamberlain. Not so much because he was just a tall basketball player, but he may have been one of the most gifted athletes you ever saw.
While he and Wilt did battle on the court, times have changed and that debate still goes on as to who the greatest is. Through his dynamic career that spanned stops in Baltimore and the ABA Virginia Squires, Ray has no regrets.
I think we're given our time. There is no what would it be like. There can only be what is it or what was it like.
Despite his pioneering journey, Ray has no regrets about his time in Detroit after he was fired. The word bitter doesn't take place in his vocabulary of choice words.
I'm not bitter because of the respect that I got back in my attitude.
You might say it's a personality trait that has matured in this 85-year-old of present-day life. Today, if he received that same Coach of the Year honors, he'd have something to say.
I give thanks. I would give thanks. That's all I can do. There's nothing deep and cryptic when you're acknowledged.
They can never take it back. You were the first and not the last. I'm Ronnie Duncan, that's your sports. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.
He laid the groundwork for so many in
Yes,
the industry.
he did. And one of those forgotten treasures, but that's the unhidden thing about Detroit. A lot of things happen here first.
All right, thank you, Ronnie.